Thanks guys for being there. Patrick here with Vision for Africa. Today we're going to discuss an unusual topic, 5G. 5G is what is 5G first of all? And we've heard everybody talking about 5G, 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 5G. A lot of people don't understand about what 5G really is and what is the race of 5G between China and America. Why is China and America fighting over this technology, 5G? We're going to discuss all this in our segment, and right now guys, I'm so excited that we're about to touch base on this topic. 5G, if you guys remember a couple months ago, probably during January, from I'd say November up into February. Do you guys remember on the news, all that they were talking about was Huawei? What is Huawei? Huawei is this giant Chinese tech company. Huawei is like one of the top, if not number one, probably, if not number one right now, it's probably number two provider of cell phone and communication technology. I'm gonna talk about 5G, but before we get to 5G, let's touch base on. Let's rewind back November 2019. If you paid attention in November, probably November 2019 to February 2010. If you paid attention in the news, they were talking about Huawei. Huawei is this Chinese giant tech company, and this company is probably number one right now as far as supplying communication technology, and as far as mobile phones and all this communication, internet access and all that. So Huawei is a Chinese company that has actually been supplying all these equipment even in American companies. But up until November last year, if you guys remember, the American government have actually put a stop on every Huawei antenna that was operating in America, in the state. They actually shut down those antennas. They also stop on actually buying, or any American company from buying Huawei equipment or Huawei products, because they were scared of being spied on by the Chinese Communist government. So with all that, you saw Trump and Mike Pompeo were going worldwide, convincing other countries and other leaders not to accept Huawei in their countries, because the problem was not really Huawei, the problem is 5G. But Huawei is a Chinese company that works directly with the Chinese government, although it could be private per speaking. Now, Huawei is developing 5G and have developed 5G for China. And really what 5G is Chinese built it. Main reason was to create better jobs and better opportunities for Chinese. But with the giant technology as 5G, it gives you opportunity to be able to actually exploit other areas of things you probably did not plan on doing, but because it's at your disposal, you end up spying on other governments, and that is one of the biggest worries that a lot of governments have right now, as far as accepting 5G and having 5G in the countries. Like for example, for Africa, if we had 5G, I would just compare 5G to the internet to make it simple. 5G, let's say, if you live in Kinshasa and you're trying to connect to the internet, with 5G, with internet connection and using the broadband cable and plugging in your broadband cable and your internet modem, is now being outdated. Now you need to update that with 5G. Like the 5G is just a faster version of internet. It's a speed. It's like kind that works 25 times faster than regular internet would work, which means they will all depend on these telecom antennas. You will see there's a lot of telecom antenna being installed everywhere across the countries or across the globe, and these are the antenna which all these 5G internet is going to depend on. So it don't matter how far you are, you can be in the deepest village of Africa, but with 5G you'll still be able to access the internet. And depending on the antennas, how far the antennas are from, let's say your location, because there's a certain number of kilometers or whatever distance that must be in between for who can reach the service. But it's just a lot faster and a lot better than internet. I can give you another example. If you, with the internet, with your regular internet, which is 4G we're using, if you use the 4G internet to, let's say, download a movie, a 1 hour and 25 minutes movie, for example, to download that movie with internet, it's probably going to take you hours, and probably have to even go to sleep and then wake up the next day, the movie is not even being downloaded. But with 5G, that's revolutionized the system and the current internet way of using the internet, because you will be able to actually download that same movie of 1 hour and 25 minutes only in 3 seconds. Imagine that. That's just a tip, an example I'm giving to you guys. And as far as for business, it's going to be a big time change for the business world. As we all know, the world has changed. When we go, all going to come out of curfew and quarantine, it's not going to be the same. We're going to be in a world that that's working with 5G and everything. The way we used to do things and the way we used to live life is never going to be the same, guys. And I tell you, thanks for watching Vision for Africa 2020-2030 on YouTube. If you'd like to keep up with some hot topics like this, don't forget to subscribe, guys. And I'll see you another time. I hope you're well and your family. Take care. Bye.